Forrest and I woke up fairly early in the morning, as old men tend to do, and had a great breakfast of bacon and eggs, courtesy of Forrest. Honestly, I'm a little apprehensive of Forrest actually getting a dual sport. It's going to put an end to these breakfasts that are mainly possible because of the pickup truck that I love to make fun of him for bringing. But totally worth it. A friend on a bike is better than a good breakfast every time. I try not to make too many plans on these trips. I mean, that is kind of the whole point of adventure riding, right? Whatever happens, happens. But I do set some goals. On this particular campsite, there was a chunk of granite I'd noticed a few years ago and thought a better rider could get up that. Apparently, I had decided I was now a better rider because today I was going to get up it. It really isn't that difficult of an obstacle, but I am claiming the standard everything looks flat through a camera disclaimer. It was steeper than it looks. Not to pat myself on the back. Okay, maybe a little bit. But I made quick work of the granite by using it as a bit of a warm-up before heading out to accomplish another one of this trip's goals. Exploring a trail I'd found last year but didn't get a chance to explore, so I grabbed the rest of my gear and abandoned Forrest at camp to go explore that trail. I made my way to the trailhead and started down it. It looked a tad overgrown, and I wondered a bit about how popular this trail was, which always gets me wondering about how gnarly a trail is. Do fewer people use it because it's difficult? Maybe. There was definitely some elevation changes and a bunch of roots and rocks to get through. As I continued down the trail, it got a bit tighter, twistier, and more rugged. This, combined with the heat, it was about 30 degrees Celsius, pushed me a little further out of my comfort zone than I like to be when I'm riding alone. I thought it best to turn the bike around and maybe try again on either a cooler day or when I was riding with some other people. Forrest, Dan, still waiting over here. I didn't really get that far down the trail before I turned around, so I thought I'll at least get some drone footage on the way out. That didn't go quite as I planned either. I started up the drone in follow mode, so I thought, and headed out. The drone didn't follow me, and of course I discovered this on a rocky downhill and stopped the bike to get off and go back for the drone. Where I stopped was not really a great place to rest the bike on its stand, but I wedged the front tire against a rock and pushed the stand down as far as I could, and just kind of left it. With the bike precariously balanced, I headed back for the drone, and about 4 steps in, I heard the bike fall over. Oh well, I'll pick it up when I get back. Just as I came out of that new trail I was exploring, the rain started. Luckily, it didn't last too long because I had another goal for this trip. Redneck burgers from the Redneck Bistro in Calabogie. A few years ago, I stopped in here to grab some lunch for Forrest and I. I've been going back every trip since, and it's become just part of the trip whenever I go to the North Frontenac Parklands. These are some seriously tasty burgers. By the time I got to the Redneck Bistro, the sun had come out, but there were more rain showers on the way. I loaded up the precious cargo and made my way back to the campsite. Forrest and I had what was definitely the best meal of the trip. The Redneck Burger. The meal when we come here. It's like I don't know, what is it? Like the peak of the trip? I don't know, not the peak of the trip, but it's definitely the best meal we eat. With our bellies more than full enough and the rain moving back in, Forrest and I sat under a shelter he brought and watched the rain move over the lake. Forrest started to drift off a bit and claimed he was going to lie down for half an hour. I enjoyed sitting and watching and listening to the rain for a little bit, but as it let up, I wandered around the site some more, taking in more of those amazing views. The clouds finally parted, and we were given another awesomely clear night to chat around the fire and watch the stars from our tents as we slept. Unfortunately, with the sunrise, another trip had come to an end. It was time to pack up camp, head home, and begin planning the next trip. Well, the end of another awesome trip. Forrest has just left, all packed up, leaving the beautiful lake. It was a good trip. Did some stuff on the bike that I never even would have tried previous to the training in BC last month. Like that incline there that you can kind of see, well, from the side. Yeah, I never would have tried going up that. Did it twice yesterday. Went down it. Never would have done that either. And just out on the trails, my riding has definitely improved. So I'm really glad I went. Now, it's the crappy ride home. See you later, Granite. Probably not for a long time, though.